Evening all, I think we're up and running. As usual, give us a thumbs up underneath the video here, or type something in the comments just to let me know it's all working. And we're coming through loud and clear. That'd be very useful. Thank you very much. Let's see, is there anybody there? Is there anybody there? Eating Pete, Stella. Excellent. Any thumbs uppies? Yes, somebody's there. Marvellous. Simon's there. Evening. Good, good. Gary's there. Lovely. Peter. Excellent. We've got a few people. Marvellous. Right, been a busy weekend. Loads of stuff come in for the auction. And I've got a great little bit of film I found of 1900, 1901, I think it is. 122 years old. Some cast iron slot machines on. Very nice. I like to own them all. So I'll show you that in a bit. Evening Peter, Gary and Paul. I was going to show you here the latest machines that come in. So I say there's about, I think it's 20 odd machines coming over the weekend. I'm not actually sure I've got snaps of all of them, but obviously this coming week is just a whole week of cataloguing. So I'll get cracking on proper photographs tomorrow and videos. Then Tuesday evening's video, anything I haven't got properly catalogued up, I'll make sure there's some quick phone snaps off so you can see what's coming. But some really nice stuff, a couple of rare bits. Very rare electric shop machine, turn of the century. A big one as all wins, pretty rare. I think I've only ever sold one of them before. So yeah, let's have a look. Let's find the pictures. Which is this button here, I think. There we go. So yeah, the magic machines you know about already, you've seen. Unsurprisingly, there's quite a bit of interest in those. People are after them. We will be selling them separately. Several people have asked if we're going to sell them as a set, and no is the answer. We'll sell them separately. But yeah, they're the first of each that Brian's made, so pretty special kind of museum pieces, really. Look, I'm the other way around on this screen. That's interesting. Camera's flipped somewhere along the line. Never mind. Another one of Pete's working models there. I'll get a video of that running, obviously, and the magic machines, so you can see them all working. And then we've got some rare trade stims. That was one I hadn't seen before, with a kind of variation on the Jacks type machines. Jennings won this one, but it's got a gumball vendor on it. So the usual wheeze of you weren't gambling honest gov, honest officer, you were really just after your gumball. So you stick your cent in, press the plunge down above the coin mech, and that releases the gumball mechanism at the back of the machine. Really visible, obviously, because you really wanted a gumball, didn't you? You weren't gambling. And then you can fire your cent across in the usual way and try and hit the target. If it misses, it drops down the pins, and again you've got the second chance to get in the 5, 2 or 1 at the bottom, and the bartender would pay you out in the usual way. Really intricate cash box in this one. I'll photograph the cash box separately. It's quite an amazing work of art in itself. There we are. I've got a lighter fluid dispenser, little vending machine. That's quite sweet. I guess it looks like a petrol pump, like an early petrol pump. Ask Yodi or ask Madam X. So this is a fortune teller napkin dispenser, so kind of thing being on diner tables. One set to go. Very nice original chrome. I'm pretty sure it's original keys as well. Obviously, they'll all be in the descriptions in due course. Evening Peter. This is another sweet little thing. This one is a it's kind of 3 machines in one. This was a little nut vendor, peanut vendor. Again, kind of thing you see on a diner table, and also napkin dispenser either side of it. And in the top is kind of a little trade stimulator. You stick your penny in, stick your cent in, press the plunger down, and there's a horse racing reel, horizontal reel in the top that spins round. So again, I guess in the diner you'd probably get a free, I don't know, milkshake or something. Very early peanut vendor. It looks a bit odd. It looks kind of like the front's falling off. It's not. It's the coin mech on these is kind of an projects at an angle to the front of the machine, if that makes sense. So it's just kind of the camera angle make it look really weird. Very nice condition again. Early one, enamel base and cast. Little Selectum exhibit. Again, these very rarely turn up in this nice condition. Well, not in the UK anyway. They're almost always completely knackered. This one's really nice. It even has its original dicing with square dots on the dice. Almost always the glass gets broken, the dice get replaced with ordinary one with round dots on. So it's as nice as one of those as you're going to see. This is an unusual thing. I can't remember what it's called, this one. Where's my notes? Bug House, that's it, 1932. So you can see it's got 5 slots on the side. Ping your scents across and try and catch them in the little windows of the house, I guess. And that makes your score, and the usual thing, certain scores, the bartender, shopkeeper, whatever, will pay you accordingly. We've got a big game hunter. This one I've sold at least twice before because there's 2 different of my old auction stickers on them from years and years and years ago. So this will be at least the 3rd time I've sold this machine. I said to the vendor, no, leave the stickers on. It's a bit of bizarre history, isn't it, really? So we'll let the new buyer take all the stickers off it. But yeah, it's all there. I think pretty nice, neat. I think the gun might be jammed at the minute. If I get 5 minutes, I'll try and have a look, see if I can unjam it. It's usually just a bent coin in the gun. Jams them up, that's all. We've got a Jennings Golden Buddha console. This is another sort of barn fresh stash that came in yesterday. I haven't tried anything. I literally just took them off the van, took a quick snap as I pulled them off the van. So, but it looks to be, the Formica looks to be pretty good on it, and the chrome's pretty decent. But obviously I'll see if they all work, etc. in due course. Evening Phil. We've got a, what's this one? An Aristocrat Real Tic-Tac-Toe. Pretty nice chrome on that one. Again, it's one from this another barn stash. Been stored for a while. Some ballets. This is the worst of them. I think it needs glasses and bits and bobs. I've got this one, a Supersonic with Concord on the front. That's quite good for those of you who like your aeroplanes and your aviation stuff. I presume these are English versions, and I think they might be. The top glasses look all the same. There's another couple of them. Ah, now this is apparently it's all there, but in need of restoration, one might say. It's a Rockola Jigsaw, World's Fair Jigsaw pin table. Lovely machines when they're done. It's a bit of a challenge putting that one back together, I think, but a worthwhile project for somebody. If you've got one, especially, then obviously it's relatively easy to copy one you've got. Thick with dust, as you see. I'll dust it, obviously, before we sell it. See what the playfield's like. But apparently it is all there. The chap taking it to bits to do and just never got around to do it. So there we are. Good project for someone. Yeah, Bally Magic. That was, I think it was 4 Ballys. So the Bally Magic was, I've got a note of that on the website, haven't I? That was an English trading name of somebody or other. Bally Magic Novelty Co. There we are. Yeah, Bally Magic Novelty Co. was a trading name of Greaves Amusement Supplies of Leicester. Used on all their sales, literature, etc. to avoid copyright lawsuit by Bally Manufacturing of Chicago. Yeah, so these English. So I presume they're all are because the top glasses are all the same. So the Concord one. And again, this one has got just a plain bottom glass in it. A bandit stand, always useful. These are getting harder and harder to find. These kind of 60s Formica bandit stands. So and another one. This kind of repro, well, it's not repro, it is what it is. It's a modern take on a Jennings light up. It looks like the panels do light up in this one. We had one last time. Was it last auction or one before? Very similar. Except that one was mechanical. I think it had a Jubilee mech in it from memory. This one's all electronic, basically. More like a modern fruit machine. Stepper motor reels and things in it. There's a name on it who made it. I can't remember what it is offhand, but I'll let you know. Plug it in, see if it does anything. Guess it looks the part, if nothing else. We got a Consort Tic Tac Toe. Who made this one? BS. Who's BS? BS. An obvious BS. BNS Auto Engineers. Is it them? No, I don't think it's them. Who's BS? Anybody know? Just looking down my list of manufacturers, etc. I can't think who it is. Don't know. Anyway, one of them. Rather fetching blue knob. Who doesn't like a blue knob on that one? A couple of advertising bits. Zippo. So this is a Zippo shop stand kind of podium thing, but it's about the right size and shape to stick a bandit on. That's actually covered. As you like your advertising bits, that might be useful. If it take the weight of a full band, it probably would. Certainly a decent sized trade stim or something like that. So I think it's only wooden. Check on that. Have a little shop thing, little display cabinet for Apollo watches, revolving, loads of little drawers in it as well. So sort of a three-sided display with drawers in the middle that pull out to fill up with watches. So that's useful if you collect watches, I guess, or something else small, pens or something. There's a kangaroo. This is rather fun. I think it's a Qantas advertising. Came from a travel agent's window originally. I think it's Qantas, Australian Airlines. Obviously pointed at something, pointed at this week's deal, I guess, or something. It's quite cute. About 2 foot high odd, 2.5 foot high, something like that. So that's quite good fun. Might look good next to a Australian bandit, mightn't it? Next to an Aristocrat or Jubilee or something. This is rather odd. It's actually a lampshade. Jubilee. It's like a full-size mannequin, you know, like whalebone kind of corset bodice thing, like Victorian style. But obviously, it's probably 30s because it's for electric light shade. Very odd. From a clothes shop or something, presumably. That's quite interesting bit of fun. Back to a few machines. A Best Hand, kind of like a double little Allwinny trade stimulatory thing. Who made that? I can't remember offhand who made those. Yeah, a double one anyway. That's quite natty. And then, oopsie, let me just click over there. That's it. Ford Gumball machine, an original one, good glass globe on it, a good transfer, and even small gumballs in it. I wouldn't recommend eating them, mind you. God knows how many years they've been in there. Seeburg, we've got a few jukeboxy bits. Seeburg wall box, original one. The teardrop, they're quite sought after, especially if you've got a Seeburg jukebox, of course. Hook it up to your radio or your MP3 player or whatever these days. It was Sound Leisure, weren't they? They made some repros of them. We sold a few before. But this is a real deal. An AMI wall box, 120 selection wall box. Pretty decent chrome on that one. A little vendor dinky little thing. Adams gum. There were, who made these? Was it Mills made them? I think it might have been. Got a feeling. Can't remember. Let me just have a look, see if we've got them on the website. No, maybe not. Yes, the Mills Automatic Merchandising Corporation. So not Mills as in Bandit Mills. About 1930, something like that. Another wall box, Seeburg 160, Wall-O-Matic. Thick with dust, that one. I'll give it a dust before I photograph it properly. But it looks okay, all the buttons are there. Lock and key. A Wonders fruit. Looks like it's had hardly any use, this one. Very good condition, pretty rare. I think we've only ever sold one of these. I only know one or two of them. Let me see, when did we last sell one of these? Let's have a look. Wonders, Wonders. Trying to find it. Wonders one fruit. Why can't I even find it on the thing? Where was it? Oh yeah, there we are. I found it. Oh dear, hang on, I've just been signed out of my own website. Bear with me a moment and I'll tell you what the last one sold for. Let's go back here. Yeah, 2019 the last one we sold. Made 2,100 back then. Yeah. So there you go, Wonders Collectors. One that doesn't come around very often. It's the only one we sold before, I think. And a catcher. Unusual on this one. Not sure who made this one. Cigarette vending with a star catcher. So something a bit different. The kind of visual in the back there, the payout. A couple of little vendors, a Players Navy cut, nice cast one. Sixpence. And we've got also a Wrigley's, that's in nice condition. Old penny. It's the vendor collectors. A couple of coin-op phones, American phones. One's definitely one, if not both. Certainly, I think the chrome one is on standard BT socket, so you can plug it in and use it. I think the other one might still be on the American socket. That's if anybody uses BT phones these days, do they? I don't think anybody does. Everyone uses their mobiles. I don't know if anybody's converting these yet to use like as internet phones like Skype or whatever. That'd be quite fun, wouldn't it? Yeah. Expect somebody probably is. Anyway, we've got a couple of those. Very rare machine, medical electric battery. Now, who made these? Was it Masons, I think, from memory? I think I might be right. Or I might not be right. Where's my... Let me just consult my automatic pleasures here. I think it's in the book, isn't it? Electric shock machines. I thought they were Joseph Mason, but I could be wrong. Sure there's one in Costa's book, isn't there? Have a quick look, if not I'll give up for now. Yes, Joseph Mason, 1895. So extremely rare machine. This one was a Costa one. I can't think of any others existing. There might be another one or two around somewhere. But a rare beastie. What number's on this one? I can't quite read the serial number on the photograph. The cost one was number 177. Can't see what that one says. The image is too small on my screen. Anyway, there's that. Little parking meter. Crossover for those of you collecting motoring stuff. The train thing, I've seen it before. I plugged it in the other day to show somebody. The sounds and things work. It takes 50p or whatever. But the train wasn't going round, so I'm not sure if there's just a wire loose, if the train itself is knackered or what. So I'll have a fiddle with that. Stick my test meter on the tracks and see if there's any power getting to the tracks or not. Might be the actual little train is giving up the ghost if it's been round 1,000,001 times probably. Good piece to operate though. A couple of bits of fairground art now. So there's a sign, there's a couple of top boards which are from this ride from Burt Stocks Super Speedway. So you're seeing this to the left as you look at it. So it's the left, it's the top rounding board, the one that splays out slightly, which is that. So this is Fred Fowl, proper Fred Fowl, which is getting very, very hard to find. We've got two of these. Quite substantial. They're probably, oh, I don't know, 8 foot long or something like that. So good size. They're great above your Allwinds or whatever, you know, hanging on the wall. Slight curve to it, obviously. Catches the light lovely. So there you see it's the top half of the rounding boards. One of the ride there. Then later on the ride changed hands to, where's my notes? Somebody later on. Pearson's it was later on. I think that was probably in Pearson's ownership here without all the, you know, with less flash on as it were. They seem to have lost the bottom half of the rounding boards. What happened to those, don't know. But anyway, so they're rather nice. And then from this ride, this is Webb's big wheel. You see the great big triangle panel at the side of the wheel there. It goes at the side of the towers. We've basically got all that artwork. And it's so big, we'll probably just sell it panel by panel because each panel is quite a nice piece on its own, really. So these are the panels we've got. You can probably just see here where, if you look to the, I can't point things on my screen, but to the extreme left of this, what kind of looks like a chip in what looks like the green paintwork kind of halfway up the left-hand edge. So it's just where the very yellow varnish is flaked off to reveal that real striking blue. If you go back here to these pictures, I think this was painted in the 70s, late 70s. You see they're quite vivid blue background. Which is now pretty green under the yellowed varnish, so it needs the varnish stripping off really. But again, original Fred Fowl artwork. These were acquired by the Fairground Heritage Trust some years ago, been in store since. Surplus to requirements. Again, there you see at the top of this one, where the very yellow varnish has come off, that real intense blue showing through. So yeah, need a little bit of TLC, but nice bits of artwork. And nicer still, we know what ride they're off of. And their original Fred Fowl bits, which is always good. And a couple of triangle bits there from the very top. Might sell those, probably sell those as a pair, because you put them the other way up. Make like a roof section above something. Again, great display. We sell a lot of fairground art to people who collect machines, wall machines, because your slot machines, you tend to have that kind of shelf height, don't you, across a wall. And there's nothing below and nothing above. It looks a bit boring, so lots of people like a bit of fairground art above the top. And sometimes some shutters, handrail panels, hoopla, bottom panels are always good. Underneath your line of Allwinds or whatever. It looks really nice, just fills the wall up with colour. So yeah, some good pieces there. But these panels are pretty big. These are kind of like 6 foot or so, 6 foot high, 4 foot wide, something like that. They're big chunky bits of art, very impressive. I'll probably end up going for a shop display or restaurant, something like that, I expect. There we are, back to the start. Right, we'll have one roll round of these pictures. Any questions on any of these, far away. There's still some more machines, as I say. I think there's about another 10, I think, or so, probably. Some Allwins, etc. Anyway, say tomorrow onwards is cataloguing properly. Then catch up Tuesday night with quick snaps of anything that I haven't got. So I've got a little film to show you in a minute. Any questions on this, not far away. This coming week, I'm in Cambridge week. If you want to come and look at any of this stuff, you're more than welcome. Or, you know, wait till it's catalogued. I'll be doing 360 spinny videos of all these little machines this coming week as well, so you can see them all the way around. Then far away with any questions you need to know, any more details on any of them. But good selection, so I think we'll end up with about pretty much 50 machines, I think, for this auction. One way or another, I don't think we're far off. So, and some nice rare stuff again. Really good selection again, actually, because you've got stuff to restore, lots of bandits to restore. Don't forget, there's 15 on the website already. Got wonderful magic machines. Some rare kind of little trade stimmy bits. The big wonders all win. Yeah, good assortment. Right, let me just, while they're just spinning through, find this little video I've got to show you in a minute in the background while that's going round. What have I done with that? Bear with me just a tick. So I can find the description of it for you. What have I done with it? I've now lost it. That was clever of me, wasn't it? It's here somewhere. I have so many screens open at once. It's easy to lose things. There we are. It must be there somewhere. Righty-ho. Yes, there we are. Well, I found the title anyway. Right, let's just wait for these to go through one last time, and then we'll have a look at this little film. The film is from 1901. There's a Morecambe up in Lancashire. Looking along the seafront. With a view of the front of the pier with some very nice cast iron machines on. So we're trying to work out what they are. And yeah, nice stuff. Right, how are we getting on with these machines? I think we just go again. Yeah, BS. Still can't think who BS is. If anybody knows who BS is for the Consort Bandit, let me know. I'm sure we sold one before, but I'm not sure I ever figured out who BS was. Presumably an English converter of machines. I'm not sure what's in it. Probably an Aristocrat or Jubilee or something. The Meg, I haven't looked inside it yet. Yeah. And as well as these, there's other bits and bobs, some advertising bits. There's a Pepsi sign. There's a load of coins as usual. There is trying to think else what was down there that came in. Shop cabinet, nice shop cabinet. Yeah, a few other good bits. Been a bit of a blur of a weekend. I spoke to a lot of people this weekend. As you can see, we gathered up a hell of a lot of stuff. So trying to remember it all. It's a bit of a challenge at my age. But there we are, never mind. Oh, what happened there? Not sure. Yeah, the big all win, that should cause a bit of interest, I think. Some Ollie Wales all wins as well to put on. Can't remember what ones they were offhand. But you will see in due course. Hopefully there's a bit of something for everybody. Entries are now closed for this auction, so anything that comes in from now will go into the May auction, which will be May the 28th, I think it is, the last Sunday in May. So we should be back on schedule then, the last Sunday in the odd numbered month. Yeah, May 28th, the next auction will be. So everything you see now will be in April the 2nd, and anything that comes in from tomorrow onwards will go in May 28th. And hopefully we'll have a good selection again. There we are. Was that it? I think that was just the yeah, the Fairground art. Yeah, look at that. Catch the sun beautifully. Hopefully it'll be a sunny day when I photograph them properly. So just leant up against the side of the van there. And we get the full effect then. Yeah. So that's Webb's big wheel. About late 70s, do you think this artwork is? So 45 years old or so. Yeah, right, there we are then. All right, let's find this film. We'll have a look at that. Let me plug my, just switch my headphones on so I can hear the commentary, otherwise I can't hear it. A little bit of commentary. It's only a couple of minutes long, so have a quick look at that. Which is on this button here, I think. Yeah, there we go. Right, so look at this.
Thomas Edison came to Morecambe in July 1903 and filmed one of the most beautiful of all surviving in the Michelin Canyon collection. Taken from the front of a horse tram on Morecambe Promenade, it shows you a panoramic view of the surrounding bay and was shown at the Winter Gardens in 1901. Morecambe itself at the time was not as popular a seaside resort as Blackpool. However, it was very popular from visitors from West Yorkshire, in particular Bradford, as Morecambe was actually known as Bradford by the Sea. The tram is now entering around the bay and we see the stone jetty in the background. Throughout the film and all the other Morecambe titles, the local school children appear in several scenes, and it appears that not only were they captured on this film, but followed the Michelin Canyon A.D. Thomas operators as they filmed on this particular day. Scenes of them in the Morecambe films actually help us with the dating, as we realise with the reappearance of the children that these films must have been filmed and shown on the same day. The women are holding parasols for the sun, and the dress is a mixture of mourning due to the death of Queen Victoria and summer clothing.
There you go, isn't that bro? I just I did that. I'm trying to find. So it's here somewhere. You get a good view of the machines. Across the front of the pier there. I'm not sure what they all are. How can I get myself talking, which is really weird. The one to the right looks like a lifter. Probably a vendor to the left there. And the first one next to that kind of sign, so that ovally sign there. It's a very nice base. Don't know what that is. Is that one of these sports type machines? And another vendor possibly. Don't know. This is from the BFI collection. Fascinating film though. It's not the highest resolution scans. I think it's only in 480p. But I might ask the BFI, see if we can get any higher resolution of it. I'm a member of the BFI as it happens, so be interested to see what they've got, wasn't it? See if we can get a higher res picture of it. There you go. I thought that was quite a good little bit of history again. Love these little film clips, fascinating things. Anyway, any ideas what any of those machines were, do let us know. And again, if you find any other interesting little bits of film, there's loads of them. I keep coming across them and gradually collecting them all up for the next bit of the website, which is under development and nearly done really, which will be an attractions section. So under here where all the other sections are, there'll be one that says attractions, and it will list, or will start to list. It's a long old job, never ending job really, like the rest of it. Piers, theme parks, amusement parks, fairground, permanent kind of fairgrounds, permanent circus buildings, things like Blackpool Tower, all those kind of attractions, and then gather up films about them, photographs of them, posters and stuff, and also the bits and bobs that we occasionally get into sell, like vintage souvenirs or old programs and posters and all that kind of thing connected with these places. So again, it just gradually kind of pieces together the history, and puts it all together. Anything we can find really. So have a rummage around, see what you've got yourselves. Talking of archive stuff, on the little archive section up here, I've added quite a few bits lately. I've been trying to catch up because I haven't done anything for a while really. It's been that busy with everything else. I've been going through some of the pictures and images and things I've got stashed up waiting to be processed and added. So added a few more interesting machines on. Some archive stuff, some flyers for various things, punch balls and Coke machines and things. Let's have a look at those. These, as usual, these all just blow up and you click on them, go to the appropriate page and blow them up. If anyone you want any of these to print off, if you've got a particular machine and want something like to print off without the Colcon logo across the middle of it, just let me know and I can email it to you, and then you can frame it and hang it on your wall next to your machine or whatever, if you've got one. And some new pages I've added in, as always. Keep adding in things, more machines, etc. We're putting Peter's invasion machine. We're waiting for once Peter's finished restoration, Pete Williamson, I'm sure he'll send us an updated picture of the invasion all finished. Get a little video clip of it working in his arcade as well when it goes out on site. That'd be quite good. Yeah. Those are lovely little bits of film. Yeah, brilliant, aren't they? They're absolutely fascinating, I think. It's a little glimpse into history. And that one we're just seeing is 122 years old. Incredible, isn't it, really? So sort of like 4 or 5 generations old. Amazing. Great film. Wonder how many other schoolboys made it through World War One. Yeah, it does make you wonder, doesn't it? Hopefully a few of them. But and World War One really is when all those cast iron machines disappeared. If you look at all the old postcards of piers and amusement parks and other places they appeared, just sort of randomly dotted around against railings. They all disappeared at World War One. I think a lot of them were commandeered, all the iron for munitions, etc. Along with all the railings, of course, all the lovely railings have disappeared at the same time, pretty much, around a lot of places. All got scrapped and weighed in, and that's why half the reason why they are so rare now. Obviously, the age, as anything, makes anything become rarer. But when you look at all those pier pictures, there were quite a lot of those machines made, it seems, and a few that are around where they've got serial numbers. The serial numbers are often seem to be quite high, indicating that there were dozens and dozens of those different machines made, but very, very few survive. Hence making them very rare and very expensive when they do come up. But yeah, nice thing. So well, contact BFI when I get 5 minutes and see if I can get a any higher resolution scans off that bit of film. I wanted to get some still images out of the film and see if we can get better idea of what those machines are. Where you do find them on postcards, they're so tiny, they're just like little specks, aren't they? It's half the time it's a guessing game as to what they are. But yeah. So as always, just working on everything all at once, really. Working on the auctions, working on the website, working on all the archivy stuff, putting it all together, and we keep plodding along. So there we are. So as I say, this coming week I'm busy. Photographs, descriptions for the catalogue, little video clips and all the rest of it. Next video will be Tuesday night. I'll probably round up another one of these little films, vintage films, to have a look at, because they're quite good fun, aren't they? And any particular of the machines or any significant auction lots that have come in that haven't catalogued properly by then, I'll do another quick phone snap of. As there's a few Allwins and a couple of other bits that you haven't seen pictures of yet, some Molly Waleses, etc. So I'll make sure there's images of those so you can see what's in. So yeah, it looks like going to be a good sale. We can find buyers for it all. Marvellous. Right, I think that's it from me. Anybody need to know anything? Fire away quickly. I'll have another mouthful of tea and then I'll sign off. Oh, my tea's cold. Definitely time to go. It's always a sign when the tea goes cold. It's time to go. So thank you very, very much. I'll stick in here. Next video. Oops. Next live stream Tuesday Eve. Another little vintage film. And more auction goodies. There we are. Shove that in there like that. And we will catch you all then. Have a jolly evening, whatever else you're up to tonight. And see you Tuesday. Nighty night.